Boom.
How excited are you, man? It is time for the NFL Couch Bros show, bro. It feels like it's been forever. Jesus Christ, dog.
I mean, it technically has been, bro. I mean, think about it like this. The last time we had this podcast, I was in a very different space mentally as a Dolphin fan. Very different space.
It is. I mean, you're right. Because the last time we had this podcast, you guys did not go on a four game winning streak. Like, it's really been that long. Jesus Christ! Like, wow.
A whole month.
A lot has fucking changed, and because of that, normally we start with the Dolphins, and then we talk some Cowboys, and then we talk some our overall thoughts on the NFL as a whole. But because you guys have seemingly righted the ship, I wanted to devote majority of the podcast to the Dolphins, man. Like, we're a South Florida show. We have a big Dolphin fan base or viewership or listenership. So listen, I gave you guys a eulogy, bro. I brought out the boys to men. Like, you know what I'm saying? So trust me, I thought you guys were dead in the fucking water. So you guys,
you thought,
yeah,
you thought.
Nice. You guys deserve to fucking gloat, and you deserve to really dive deep into what you guys are doing differently, how you've righted the ship, how you have adjusted, which is something that does not get enough credit for how certain teams can adjust and how certain teams cannot adjust in the NFL. So when you have somebody or you have a coaching staff that actually does that, you see that. So we're gonna devote majority of the show to the Dolphins and their turnaround. But before that, man, how do you feel about the NFL so far, bro? It's been one of the wackiest years I can remember. This past Sunday was just some bad football all around. And it's a lot of parity, and sometimes parity makes for exciting finishes and makes for games feeling important. But also sometimes parity makes for just some bad football, man. And we got a whole heap load of that this past weekend, bro. So what are your thoughts, man?
I mean, to piggyback off you saying this is one of the wackiest seasons, like, this is the most topsy-turvy year of the NFL I could ever remember, bro. Out of any season where they say any given Sunday, this is the season where that has counted so much, bro. Any given Sunday, any given Thursday, any given fucking Monday, bro. Football this year has been unpredictable. If you are a gambling person like you and myself, this shit has been fucking, you don't even know what to do. The football gods, they're fucking taking you to different directions. It's like,
I haven't gambled in almost 2 months because I just saw where it was going for me, bro. You have been a lot luckier. I'm not gonna say luckier. The football guys have been on your side way more than me. I was just like, you know what? I see where this is going. I'm good. Sometimes you just got to punt on the year, dog. It's just not your year, bro. And it's not my year, bro. But go on.
If there's any trademark or hallmark of this season that I can think of as opposed or compared to other seasons, this was what, week 12? We just passed week 12. And
whoa. What you just say, my boy?
Week 12, bro.
Nah, stop capping, bro. You got to be lying. Nah, you're lying. No fucking
We're 5-7.
way.
The Dolphins are 5-7, man. That's 12 games.
Jesus Christ, bro. Like,
right.
Maybe because, sorry to cut you off, but maybe because, I had the whole thing with the baby and whatnot. So, like, I've had zero concept of time recently, but it just doesn't feel like it's already week 12, bro. It feels like we got a whole half of a season to go.
I mean, we have a decent amount. Each team still has a good 5 to 6 more games. So, depending on the Dolphins haven't had their bye yet. So we have 5 more games plus the bye week, right? So, man, it's week 12 and I gotta ask you, bro. I just don't remember a season where by week 12 we didn't know who the dominant team was. Nobody has separated themselves at all this season.
And
at all.
To piggyback off of that, I don't remember a season where by week 12 you could make an argument that nobody deserves to be the league MVP so far. You could really make that argument.
No.
You can make that argument. Every single person has a flaw. You feel me? It's basically the best quarterback on the best team award. So most likely it's going to go to Aaron Rodgers. But you could make the argument that nobody deserves to be the MVP this year. And it's just one of those years. Everybody has a bad loss. Everybody has an inexplicable loss. Either some people are hurt, either some people have boneheaded play. Like, you could pick apart every single person's MVP candidacy, every single one. So, and it just speaks like Tom Brady was going to be the MVP, and then he just could not throw a pick per game, bro. Aaron Rodgers lied about being vaccinated, missed the game. Kyler Murray imploded against the Packers. Matt Stafford throwing 3 straight pick sixes in 3 straight games. Here's a funny stat about that, right? Aaron Rodgers in his entire career has 3 pick sixes in his entire career. Matt Stafford has 3 pick sixes in his last 3 games, dog. Like, there's levels to this quarterback shit, bro.
Absolute levels, bro.
Yeah, bro. But go on.
Nah, man. Despite, me saying that there's no dominant team, and you bringing up the point that there hasn't really been a forefront for an MVP runner, this has been arguably the most exciting season of football I've watched in such a long time. And if there's anything this season teaches you is that you could kind of throw records out the window. It's just weird. Like, it's just about matchups. And I think because we are entering this age, this era of quarterback, like of a quarterback dominant league. Like, every team has some level of a quarterback. As we found out this week, there's a lot of bad quarterbacks in this league. You're going to shed light on that. But there's also some really damn good quarterbacks, some great ones, and a few elite. And it's just really look at the Colts and Tampa Bay game, bro. I had money riding on this game. I ended up winning on that ticket. But man, I'm not gonna lie, man. That game had me sweating bullets, dog. Because the Bucs were down 24-14, and of course Carson Wentz has to be Carson Wentz, sack fumble, and then the Bucs return it close and basically into the red zone. The Bucs score and it becomes a game. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just so many just weird, inexplicable things. Some things stay the same, yet some things are so different. But out of all the games, that's probably the most surprising to me, right? If we just get right into the games, I can't remember the last time. I can. I'm lying. The only other nigga I seen throw 4 picks in a game and win is Russell Wilson. That's the only other nigga I can remember threw 4 picks in a game, and they somehow fucking pulled it out. And Lamar, and to Russell's credit, he did that in the NFC Championship game, but he was playing with the Legion of Boom. Lamar Jackson's not playing with the Legion of Boom. He's playing with a Ravens defense that has a secondary that has blown coverages every week. And Baker Mayfield and the Browns could not take advantage of that at all. And that's incredible to me, bro. And especially when you look at coming into the season, many of us thought the Browns would be one of the top teams in the AFC. What we're finding out is that the AFC is just all bad. Like, there's nobody in the AFC that you look at and you think they deserve to win the Super Bowl. Who? Not the Chiefs.
Nobody. Not a single team. Like, put it like this.
Not one team.
So, we have the main pod, right? And I don't really get to watch the Sunday night game anymore because normally we're recording and then I'm going to edit. So 9 times out of 10, I'll have the game on, but I'm not really paying attention to it, right? This one, for whatever reason, I guess God was on my side, bro. I just went upstairs. I was like, you know what, I'm tired. Let me spend time with my baby girl. I'm not even going to pay attention to the game. In hindsight, that was the best thing that I could have done because I've been told that this is one of the worst Sunday night football games of all time. So I dodged the bullet. But while I was going up them stairs and turned off my TV, I was like, damn, man. Browns, Ravens, Lamar, Baker, 2 interesting teams, 2 interesting rosters. I would love to watch this game. I just ain't got it in me. God told me that. You feel me? I didn't see what his vision was, bro. He was protecting my eyeballs and my retina from that trash that was on display and you put like this, bro. Games like that should not be on prime time. That could do damage to the sport, bro. That could set the sport back 50 fucking years, dog. The Browns got 4 turnovers and only amassed 3 points off of those 4 turnovers. That is mathematically impossible to do, bro. And they found a way to do it. And the most annoying part about it is that I gotta go and shake this nigga Gerson's hand, bro. He's been telling me that Baker Mayfield's a bum for going on 2 years now. I've been defending Baker, even though I'm not a Baker fan. I'm just a fan of football, so it put me in a position to defend Baker. But at this point, bro, I don't know who's better, Ben Roethlisberger or him, dog. Like, and that's an indictment on Baker. If I don't know if he's that much better than Ben Roethlisberger at this point, bro.
Nah, bro, you're 100% right, and you got to think about the team that Baker has. Like, all right, cool. Kareem Hunt, you know, he's been hurt, but
speaking of Kareem Hunt, did you see that his Kareem Hunt's dad did the same thing that OBJ dad did, bro? And just blame Baker? Don't nobody like that nigga on that team, bro. That's hilarious. Nobody likes this nigga on the team. That's funny.
Can't blame him, dog. Like, imagine, dog, this nigga Baker comes, he has all this hype, he's fucking doing a commercial a week, and he hasn't accomplished shit. And he's a big mouth, loud mouth. He used to be. He's not as much anymore. He's matured a bit. But bro, he's not. Bro, they know what they're working with, bro. Those niggas know Baker's trash. Like, I was with you, Herb. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was defending Baker, not being a fan at all. But his rookie year is can't be denied, and he played well at times last year. So it was reasonable to expect that the Browns could do something. But dude, the real Baker Mayfield is standing up to me right now, and he's not looking good, bro. And there's no excuse for it, bro, because you have a good running game, you have a good defense, you have weapons. So what's the issue here? Like, people were blaming Odell. You can't blame Odell now, which was ridiculous to begin with. But
you know what? Thank you for bringing up Odell, because that gives us a proxy to talk about the big 4:00 game, the big afternoon game. You know what I'm saying? Because you can only talk about that trash that Baker and them boys put on. And listen, okay, matter of fact, hold on. Lamar. Let me have a quick aside with Lamar, because Lamar, you can't be the dude that we as a community protect, because we know how hard it is for black quarterbacks to get respect, to be from the same level that white quarterbacks are respected at, right? You can't do that, bro. You can't do that, bro. Not on prime time, bro. Even though you have proven yourself on several occasions, time after time, you've proven everything that you could do. You won. You're the youngest MVP of all time. You are proving that you could come back. You have multiple comebacks this season. You can't take 7 steps back like that, bro. There's niggas who would never respect you, bro, just because they don't like the fact that you are an authentic black man from Broward, bro. You got to protect Broward, bro. Don't do that to us, man. Don't do that to us, bro. Like,
especially when we've been going to bat for you, bro. I'm tired of people just saying, oh, he's just an athlete. He's just like, bro, he can throw the ball. Like, the number, like, if you don't pay attention to the numbers, fine. If you don't watch Lamar, just tell me that. But because he's a black quarterback, that stigma of, oh, he's more of a runner than a passer, Lamar has not really been that. I mean, he's been an excellent runner and passer, which is not something that we've really seen to this degree. So people need to give him his flowers. But after a game like that, you know, I'm gonna let the haters say what they gotta say.
Nah, bro, we gotta shut the fuck up. We gotta shut the fuck up for 7 days, bro, because he made it impossible for us to defend him after that, bro. But on to the 4:00 game, primetime game. This is something I don't think we do enough. And I know my boy Josh is a supreme Packers fan. I don't think we highlight the Packers the way we should. If in a year where you feel like there's really no dominant team, they're the most dominant, not dominant team, because at the end of the day, they had the most good wins on the season. So in your opinion, what was your thoughts of that game? Because that was a game that hit. So I know you were happy. But aside from you making money off of the game, what did you think about the game as a whole?
First and foremost, just to reference the betting here. Yeah, man, I learned earlier this season, I've lost tickets betting. I bet against the Packers maybe twice this season. I lost both times. So I wasn't going to make that mistake a third time.
Man, fuck the Packers. I bet with the Packers twice and I lost both times, man. Fuck them niggas.
When I bet against them, they burned me, dog. So I figured, you know what, let me ride with A-Rod this time, especially since they were the underdog, right? So the one thing I will say is that the Packers are weird because you could definitely make the case they're the best team in football, but they haven't really looked as impressive as you would think the best team in football would be. But I mean, how much stock can you put into that? Like you referenced earlier, they have some quality victories. One over the Rams. Although it's funny because the Rams are showing, or I should say Matthew Stafford is showing, like, yeah, you're talented. You've been one of the most talented quarterbacks since you've been in the league. But are you that guy, bro? That was the question that we were having. And it's not the playoffs yet. It's not the postseason yet. But the Rams in some big games have faltered, bro. Against a Titans team with no Derrick Henry, this man threw back-to-back picks, bro, on possessions. Like you said earlier, he's thrown 3 pick sixes back-to-back. Like, he's on some Matt Schaub shit, nigga. You're Matt Stafford. You should never be in the same Matt club as Matt Schaub, bro. You know what I'm saying? This was his season to prove that maybe the Lions had been holding him back, but with the roster that he has, and bro, you got to think about it, bro. This nigga has Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey, Leonard Floyd, fucking Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham Jr. Like, dude, the Rams roster is loaded. So when things aren't going right, and you know the coach is an A1 top quality coach, you got to look at Matt Stafford. And on the other end to the Packers, the Packers defense is probably pretty underrated. We're so used to them being bad. Not saying that they're an amazing defense, but they're much better than they have been in years past, and they were pretty decent last year too. And Matt LaFleur, Aaron Rodgers, that's just a recipe for success. The question for them, and I think one of the reasons we don't bring them up is we expect excellence. We expect them to be one of the best teams in football during the year. But what are they going to do when it matters the most? And we saw last year they couldn't come through against Brady. So that's really the big question for the Packers, bro. Them beating on the Rams was kind of, I wasn't surprised. I picked them to win. So, Matt Stafford is showing more and more. And I was a guy who was big on him going to the Rams, bro. I'm not going to sit here and undersell that. But he was never someone I ever believed in. I just thought like, hey, a change of scenery does good for guys. Look at Tannehill. You know what I mean? A change of scenery does good for guys. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens going forward. If these two teams meet in the playoffs, I think it'll be a very different match. You know what I mean? But I still would take the Packers. You know what I mean?
Okay, so let me go ahead and address both teams. Starting with the Packers. I have a very positive note on the Packers, right? Like, it's the Packers, bro. It's everything it's basically going to reiterate everything that you said, bro. It's the Packers. Like, they are a very solid team. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and one of the things that I always say, and it annoys me, is that this "oh, woe is me" attitude that people have for Aaron Rodgers as if he is carrying such a poor roster. He's not, bro. We've said this on many occasions. He's not. He has, at this point in time, the best wide receiver in football. He has arguably the second or at worst third best left tackle. He has at arguably the third or fourth best cornerback. Some people might say he's the best cornerback in Jair Alexander. He has so much talent. Darnell Savage. Like, there's a bunch of players on this team. So it shouldn't be shocking that they're beating teams, and they're beating teams in multiple ways. A good team could beat you running the ball. A good team could beat you going deep. A good team could beat you by 1,000 fucking paper cuts, bro. And the Packers could do all of that because they're a versatile, well put together roster, even though nobody wants to give the GM any fucking credit.
Right.
Now, I say that to say this. I have seen the Packers blow so many playoff opportunities that I think that's why I still don't all the way believe in them, dog. When is the last time that the Packers have had a statement win in the playoffs? Can you think of it?
Nah, man. It's been quite some time, man. They could have had it last year, and they let it slip between their fingers, man.
The year before last year, what happened? They lost 35-8 or some shit. They got their fucking ass kicked by the fucking 49ers. Years passed, blew a 21-3 lead to the Seahawks in the Legion of Boom. Had a situation where they lost to the fucking Giants, bro. They let Eli Manning beat them, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And they went 15-1 that year.
15-1 that year. So there's so many times where I've seen, and again, it's not the same team. Every team is different. Every year is different. Because it's such a wacky year, this might be their year, but it won't be that impressive. they would just be the best of an okay bunch of teams this year. And again, I hate to sound like this. I don't want to sound negative. I don't want to sound like a fucking player hater, bro. It's a really fucking good team. I'm just jaded. I have every right to be. They always lose when it matters, and it matters in the biggest type of way on the biggest stage, which is the playoffs, bro. And it doesn't make any sense. Again, that could be completely different because they ain't got to worry about the 49ers this year, man. I can guarantee that. All right, now let me unwind and break my foot off in these motherfucking Rams, bro. I'm very disappointed in the Rams because we both picked the Rams to be the NFC West champion. I thought they were going to be good. I've never, ever in my life believed in Matthew Stafford. I have been a Matthew Stafford truther for years. I've argued against him. I've pushed back on people who say, oh, what do you expect him to do? He's in Detroit. He came into this season 8-68 against teams that finished with a winning record. Do you know that the Jets have more wins against a 500 team than the Rams this year? The Jets, with 2 wins against above 500 teams, have more wins against above 500 team than the Los Angeles Rams. They've only beat one team that's above 500, the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
We could, some point, like, people say you could make numbers, you could skew numbers, and you need context for numbers. And then sometimes, you the fuck you don't, bro. Numbers are telling you exactly what they are telling you. There's no way a nigga is 8-68 against above 500 teams, bro, unless he has so much to do with it, bro. And he brought that voodoo to Los Angeles, bro. How do you do that, dog? You're on a team with Cooper Kupp, Sean McVay, Robert Woods, who is injured. Now you have Odell Beckham Jr. You have Jalen Ramsey. You have Aaron Donald. And you still can't beat above 500 teams, bro. How? Matthew Stafford is the most talented, mediocre quarterback of all time, bro.
100% facts, bro. 100% facts. He is about as a poor man's Favre as you will ever get. Nigga.
Yes, he is. He's literally a poor man's Brett Favre because the reason why you could have all these losses is because he shrinks under pressure. He doesn't handle pressure well. When the pressure is on at the highest and you need him the most, that's when you get the worst version of him. That's when you get 3 straight games with a pick 6. I don't want to hear these little leaks that he's hurt to protect him. Like, bro, what are we doing? We leaking stories that he's playing injured to fucking Diana Rossini, who's a reporter for ESPN. Everybody's injured. It's week 12. Who's not hurt in the NFL, dog? That's another reason why I can't stand this nigga, dog. Like, you can't even be bad like a man, bro. Fuck this nigga, dog. For real. Like, you can't even be subpar like a man, bro. Just be like, you know what? There's no excuse for this. And I love it. Bro, this has been such a great season for me, bro. We got 2 niggas out the paint. There's no discussion. There's no fucking veil. There's no protection. We know that Matthew Stafford is overrated. This is proof. This season is proof of that. We know that Sam Darnold was one of the worst quarterbacks of all time. This is proof of that, bro. I love it. I love it, bro. But go on, Rod.
Nah, man. I mean, shit. I think we've covered as much as we need to about the Rams and Packers.
That we certainly did, man. All right. So let's transition, man. Let's get into the Dolphins though, because that's really what we're here for. That's what really the people are here for. Rod, the floor is yours. I'll go ahead and set the stage for you. However, Rod, like I said earlier on the intro, you guys came back from the dead, man. You guys are vampires, dog. I don't know how many fucking lives you got, bro. Y'all say y'all fish, bro, but y'all look like some cats to me because y'all got 9 lives right now, man. I'm very proud of a guy that's looking from afar. Me, objective observer. I have no dog in this fight. I have no reason to be mad at your team. I am not Gerson. I'm happy to see that you guys are progressing, man. So what I want you to do now, because you are a true fan, and I know you're very informed, and I want you to explain and teach the people who's listening all the ways that you guys have seemingly righted the ship. So go ahead. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Herbo, for that very, very well put together introduction. So look, folks. I'm just gonna call it, man. We're winning out. We're gonna win out, bro. I'm gonna call it here first, so that when it happens, niggas won't be saying, "Nah, you just saying that." Nah, I was gonna call this shit after we beat the Ravens, so I'm calling it now. Right, we're gonna win out, dog. We get the Giants and the Jets coming up next, so we're gonna be 7-7. Watch. Anyway, to answer your question, Herb, one thing that I've noticed about the Dolphins is that we are finally playing complementary football as a complete team, dog. I think what a lot of people failed to notice about the Dolphins, especially early on this season, and it's funny because and I have to bring this up now because it just came to mind. I just do not think it's a coincidence that we start playing a lot better after the whole Deshaun Watson saga's over, bro. I honestly think that's just a portion of it. That was kind of weighing on the team a little bit, especially when Tua gets hurt. Jacobi Brissett mans the ship for 4 straight games. We lose all of those games. So the start that we got off to was somewhat misleading, I would say, if only because we didn't have our starting quarterback. And name me a team that when their starting quarterback goes down, they're going to be successful. It's just not that many teams in the NFL. You rarely see it. Case Keenum has a year every once in a while. Like Nick Foles has a year every once in a while, but that's a rarity. That's not common. So when you look at the way the Dolphins have played, one of the things that I noticed, especially on defense, is number one, a lot of our young players. I gotta say this, bro. Chris Greer gets a lot of shit because our offensive line has been really poor this year. But this man hit on this draft, dog. Waddle is the truth, bro. If he had, listen, we have 2 offensive coordinators, Herbie. Now, there's an old saying that says if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. Guess how I feel about offensive coordinators, dog. If you have 2 offensive coordinators, you ain't got none, bro. And so we're basically playing without like a real offensive coordinator. If Jalen Waddle was on a team that knew how to really use him, bro, his numbers would look way better, and his numbers still look good, bro. Dude, defensively, they haven't confirmed it via reports, but if you watch the games, you kind of notice that Brian Flores has play sheet in his hand at times. I think at some point he said, you know what, Poyer, you're calling this defense like shit. I'm going to start calling the defense because all of a sudden our defense has turned into the ultra-aggressive defense it was last year. And we were not doing that in the first 8 games, and I don't understand why. We were running a lot more zone early in the year, and it baffles me, Herb, because we had success last year running a super aggressive scheme where we just man up all our corners, leave all our corners on the island, and then we just pressure the quarterback. And that now that we have reverted back to that style of playing football on defense, being an attacking defense, we've been one of the best defenses in football the past month, dog. We've only allowed 12 points a game. It's been so refreshing to watch, seeing guys like Jalen Phillips had 9 pressures yesterday, bro. 3 sacks. He had 3 hits, a few hurries. Like, bro, it's Javon Holland with the interception, Xavier Howard with a pick, and the Dolphins are doing things now at this point in the season. They're getting hot, as you could say. People say this, they're getting hot at the right time. We start off the game with a block punt, right? That a special teams play. It was a block punt for a touchdown. We get an interception. We didn't score the first time, but the second pick that we got from Xavier Howard, Tua made sure he got in that pussy, bro. Threw a beautiful fucking touchdown pass to Waddle. And, shout out to my man Tua, dog, who has been put through the fucking ringer this year, dog. I mean, bro, has any player gotten so much negativity that they didn't deserve this year that you can remember than Tua, dog?
Okay, so
honestly,
let me push back on that. I think when it comes to Tua, I don't think that's actually true. I think because you live in the echo chamber of South Florida and you follow primarily South Florida things, that you think that the outcry for Tua is a lot more pronounced than it is, if that makes sense. Because and this is no disrespect and no shade to your team, nobody outside of South Florida really gives 2 fucks about the Dolphins, even though you do have a big fan base. I'm not going to hold y'all, which is crazy because you'll see more Dolphin fans on the road than you will see at home, which is fucking weird, but hey, whatever.
It's hilarious, right? It is pretty funny.
But you guys are a pillar, almost damn near a pillar franchise. Like, you're not a Packers, Chiefs, or Browns or Steelers, but you're that next level. You feel me? Because of the success that you guys had in the 70s. So there's a lot of Dolphins fans everywhere. However, I don't think the noise is as loud as you think it is. I just think that you're insulated, so the noise that you do see is a lot amplified, right? But to your credit, to what you're saying, now that he's been playing better, a lot of people are not quiet. You feel me? The same people that were very loud vocal critics are birds chirping, like chip, 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 chip. You don't know where they're at, bro. So I'll give you that. I will give you that. I do want to ask you this question, though, right? So me being an objective observer, and I only ask this question, do you think that the team is actually making a turnaround, or you guys have just played a bunch of bad teams? That, like, who wasn't going to take advantage of Cam Newton? The Cam Newton that was on display yesterday, bro. Like, who wasn't? Name me the defensive coordinator that couldn't do what y'all did to him. And not to take anything away from y'all, but I want to ask I just want to ask that question because I want to get your honest opinion about that.
Well, let me answer your question with a question. Going into the game against the Texans, we were 1-7, Herb. We were the bad team. Like, people say we're beating up on bad teams. Which is it? We were the bad team. So the question really is, like, who are the Dolphins? We don't know who they are, bro, which is hilarious to me. We don't know because they can beat teams who are supposedly on their level. We beat the Ravens in a shock. That's like our one. Actually, we beat the Patriots too. Like, we beaten two good teams, right? Although the Patriots
can you still make the argument that the Ravens are still a good team based off of what you just seen this past Sunday? Now, granted, you guys, for whatever reason, Brian Flores figured something out with the Ravens, and they're gonna have to get that figured out. Because now that you guys put that tape out, everybody's gonna, for the rest of the season, is gonna blitz the shit out of fucking Lamar Jackson until he figures out how to offset that, bro. But go on though.
No. You have a point. But to answer your question, the Dolphins to me will just end up being, ironically, what we've been. We're just gonna be at the end of it an average team, dog. Because ultimately, I said that we're gonna win out. That's I would love to believe we're gonna do that.
If you niggas go find a way to be one game above 500 again, I'd punch a wall, bro. Like, it doesn't matter. It's just inevitable with you motherfuckers, dog. Like, the road might be different, but you guys find a way to be one game above 500 or one game under 500 every single year.
It's a mad thing. That's why I keep hoping we're gonna win out, because at least we'll be 10-7. 25% chance to make the playoffs. If we can win out, it's not. Listen, I know I might sound like a homer saying it, but the only team on our schedule that's really bad, I mean, that we probably could lose to, is the Patriots, because we already beat them, and they're going to be pissed off that we beat them the way they did. So they might. And Bill Belichick has gotten them niggas playing very well, dog. So that's a game that we could potentially lose. But I'm not scared of the Saints. Look at what's left of the Saints, bro. What's left of the Titans without Derrick Henry? I mean, the Dolphins' schedule is pretty easy going forward, bro. It is not implausible that we win out, or at least win the last, we lose a game, which would put us one game above 500, 9-8, because this is just the first 17th season. I hope we finish 10-7, Herb. I don't want to start off.
You have to, bro. Like, you got to, bro. Like, you have to. Now, granted, it works. Everything works itself out. It just sucks because you clearly could have used those games that Jacobi Brissett was starting in, bro. Like, and Tua's
that's our
in there.
Season, Herb.
Yeah,
that's our season.
That's definitely
our season. That's our like, bro. If you think, and I know, look, Tua came back and we lost to the Jags and the Falcons, so he got to wear some of this shit too. Because even though he put us in position to win those games, he still lost those games, and he was the quarterback. So those are two games that we're looking back now and thinking like, God damn, if we would at least taken at least one of those games, maybe things might look a little differently. But here's the thing, Herb. The Dolphins really have to play for the playoffs because our pick is with the Eagles. So we can't even tank because we won't even have a pick to tank for. So ultimately, it is in our best interest to win as many games as possible to see what we have. And the one thing I wonder about is, like, there was all this talk about Deshaun Watson and whatnot. And in my personal belief, just knowing how the legal system is, and I'm not like a guru on law or anything, I just have a basic knowledge, and I know that it takes forever for shit to get ironed out, especially when you add in the COVID element. Are there issues with him in those cases? He has like 20, 28 cases?
Yeah, he is.
Is that all going to be resolved?
He has nearly 30 cases. Here's the problem, though. They could be resolved, but because of the nature of the type of stuff that they are, because they're not legal cases. I think 2 of them are criminal. The rest are all civil, right? And he said he's not paying not a single one of these bitches, bro. So this shit is going to take forever. It's going to take a long time. There's a possibility that you might not see this man play football for 2 or 3 years. Possibly, there's a universe where he never plays football again, just because it's going to be such a pain in the ass to get this shit resolved. The market is going to be there. Obviously, you had the Panthers and the Dolphins still interested, according to reports, allegedly. But yeah, right. Bro. It's not about whether he is going to have a market or whether he's going to hit the field. It's going to take so long to get resolved. Like, what kind of player is he going to be by that point? You know what I'm saying?
Right. So far removed from football.
Okay. You know? Sticking with quarterbacks though. Let's have a different conversation with Tua, right? I'm going to ask you a question, and I also want your honest opinion on this, right? Tua is in a situation where he went from, you guys most likely going to move on from him because you don't think he's the guy, to where he is playing himself to be good enough to be the guy. However, would it be wise to pay him as if he's the guy? Because you're going to have that situation. You're going to have to deal with that you're going to have that conversation very, very soon. So you as a fan, because you know it's different when you pay him. It's completely different. It's completely different when they have a 40. And at that point, he might potentially require a $50 million cap hit, bro. Can you imagine yourself paying Tua Tagovailoa $50 million a year?
I can if he stays healthy. I think Tua's going to be a lot better than... Look, he's not going to be as good as I thought he originally was, but he's going to be... Bro, he could be a top 10 quarterback, bro. And I don't see a problem with paying a top 10 quarterback that kind of money, because you're going to have to.
I vehemently disagree with that, bro. No disrespect, bro. There's no universe where I see Tua as a top 10 quarterback, bro. I'm sorry.
You don't think he could be top 10?
I do not. If that means there's only 9 good quarterbacks in the league, then yeah, sure, he could be top 10, bro, by default. And I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, there's nothing that screams top 10 quarterback to me, because you want to know why? This is a point for him. He is producing, and he has arguably the worst offensive line in football. So if you give him a good offensive line, then, he should probably be better. Here's the thing, though. He's on a rookie contract, and you guys can't build an offensive line now, bro. How you going to do it when you got to pay him $50 million? Make it make sense, Rob. You're not going to...
Well, to make a point to our offensive line, who I was looking at the numbers earlier, and I was actually shocked, bro. I think these niggas only allowed like 6 pressures or something. I was looking at the numbers. I'm like, yo, PFF must have made an error, bro. But I think part, and this goes back to me looking at like some of the drafts and shit like that. I think part of the reason why our offensive line is so bad, and I think this is something that gets understated in football, because it's not something that you ever really think about, because most teams kind of figure this shit out. But, I think it's just worth noting that our offensive line coach is literally a first-year offensive line coach. And we have nothing but fucking young players, rookies on our line, no veterans, nobody. Like, there's no point of reference for them. So I think part of the reason, especially, like, they've improved, bro. They're still... PFF graded these niggas a few weeks ago as the worst offensive line that they've ever had in their grading system. So the fact that they felt that way about our line at some point this season shows how low they are, but they have improved. They've gotten better. And I just wonder if we just had a better offensive line coach. Look, the talent isn't looking too good. I'm not trying to defend that, bro. But I think a better coach might make the best out of a bad situation, whereas we have no guidance on offense at all. And I think, especially with the offensive line, I think the coaching is a huge factor as a part of why they're bad, along with the talent. But I think if we change, I mean, and that's been a problem. That's a problem that I have with Brian Flores personally as a Dolphin fan. If there's any weakness that he has, is that he just doesn't know how to put an offensive staff together, bro. We're on our third and fourth offensive coordinator in 3 years, dog. Like, and we're probably, these guys, I don't think there's going to be any ringing endorsements for them by the end of the year. So we might be on our fifth one next year. So, I mean, when it comes to that, I think we have to wait a little longer when it comes to the offensive line. But I see your point, though. I see your point.
Right.
When it comes to
that. And okay, so going back to the offensive line, even goes to the offensive line, like this goes back to the competition that you played. Like, you guys are probably improved, yeah, sure, but who is actually challenging you guys? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you getting challenged by the Jaguars D line, bro? Like the Falcons D line?
Well,
I
mean, the Panthers were the number one pass team.
I was just gonna get to that. But it's put like this: it's a lot different to say that Panthers team where, you know, you guys really showed out against that Panthers team, right? Because I seen somebody who showed Tua stats versus the average stat that the Panthers give up passing, right? But we got to put stuff in context, bro. If your quarterback is terrible and you got to play behind Cam Newton and then PJ Walker, bro, like, you're getting short fields. You're not going to have the same morale. You're going to be like, why am I even playing hard, bro? Like, for what, bro? This nigga just going to throw a pick anyway, dog. Like,
Yo, shout out to Cam, man. Like, Cam was a special kind of bad on Sunday, dog. Like, he was bro. You got to understand that he accrued majority of his yards off of one pass, dog.
Incredible.
One fucking pass.
Incredible. Like, you told me he had 68 yards passing and 64 of those yards came on one pass, bro.
Came on one pass to DJ Moore. Bro, DJ Moore had more yards than he did. DJ Moore had 103 yards. Bro, what game have you ever seen a wide receiver has more yards than either quarterback? That's how bad the Panthers were. And I think the way I'm talking, I think you kind of know where they're going to end up this week.
Oh, for sure, bro. Oh, for sure. Okay. All right, so back to Tua. Listen, I'm not trying to poo-poo Tua. Like, I'm really not.
No, dude, you listen, Herb, I respect I know you know your football, bro. Everybody has their feelings, dog. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their, you know?
Okay, so, because the thing is, when you say you think he'll be a top 10 quarterback, so that means that you think that he will be better than, say, Joe Burrow. And listen, Joe Burrow has his faults too. I'm not here to say Joe Burrow is the best thing since sliced bread, but are you saying that he'll be better than Joe Burrow?
He could be as good.
Okay.
I don't think. Here's the thing about the kid, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this is the one thing. At the end of the day, when you look at his traits, he does not have the traits that you want a quarterback to have. Let's put that out there in terms of traits that would make someone elite. But if there's one thing that he does have, bro, and you see it on tape when you watch it, dog, that nigga's accuracy is elite. I don't care what anybody says, dog. When you watch that nigga play, his ball play, that nigga's accuracy is elite, and the anticipation that he's throwing with, because he has to throw with anticipation because he doesn't have the arm. Especially if you look at his intermediate numbers, they're lower than his deep passing and his short field, which makes sense because he doesn't have a big arm. He doesn't have the rifle to rocket passes in there as much as other guys. But one thing I've noticed from him this year that he wasn't doing, there's two things he's doing that he wasn't doing last year that he's improved on very well. He's throwing guys open and he's throwing with anticipation. And that's telling me that he's learning how to play his way in the NFL. And he's doing it with a bad offensive line. Bro, this man has not played with his top two receivers all year, dog. Like, Will Fuller, bro, you want to know who the biggest thief of 2021 is? It's Will Fuller, bro. Like, this nigga Will Fuller is fucking, he's Sly Cooper, man. Like, this nigga just got fucking, $10 million to fucking ride a bicycle?
Out, man, just to vibe out, bro.
This nigga's a personal cheerleader for the Dolphins.
That nigga got $10 million to hang on South Beach, man. What a life, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to him.
Herb, I'm talking. I done seen The Inside Man. I don't watch a little bit of Money Heist, bro. I ain't never seen a nigga get away so hard with a fucking robbery, dog. Like, this nigga Will Fuller has probably played, I think, one fucking game, dog. Like, bro, this nigga has Devontae Parker. If you ever needed a nigga, bro, if they put a gun to your head and they said, "Yo, Devontae Parker has to play this week. He got to be healthy," you just tell him to pull the trigger. That nigga's never healthy. So our best wide receiver is our rookie who's being underutilized, dog. And then Mike Gesicki. That's our offense, dog. And occasionally Mac Hollins and Albert Wilson when he decides to catch a ball. Like, bro, like this team, bro, the Dolphins have been such a mess this year to me, dog, as a fan. You know, maybe on the outside, you know, looking in, it doesn't look that way. But to me, I'm watching the team and I'm just like, you know what? I watched Tannehill play with bad offensive lines and he got killed. This offensive line too was playing with is worse than the offensive line that gave up 58 sacks one year, which is incredible to me because we gave up 58 sacks one year, dog. And this line statistically has been worse, but the quarterback has made it look better because that nigga has pretty damn good pocket awareness and presence. He moves in the pocket well. Bro, that deep pass he threw, man, that nigga had to evade two niggas. And then he was almost going to get killed by two other niggas, man. I'm just like, God, man, this nigga, he's learning how to play in chaos now, which I think there are a lot of positive signs pointing up. I could be wrong, Herb. Trust me.
No. The thing is that it's not about Tua, right? It's not about what Tua can't be. It's more or less than I think there's a cap on Tua, but the thing that Tua is going to do is he's going to play good enough to where you have to pay him. Right? And that is where a lot of teams get fucked up because you don't want a situation where you have somebody who's good, not great, but you're paying them great, but not good money. And that happens to everybody in the NFL. So that's the only thing. Because put it like this, right? I'm not going to say you're falling into the trap, but I do see that optimism that you haven't had in quite some time, that you haven't had for half of this season. I don't want you to fall into the trap that I feel, and you trust me, you're very seasoned, you're too smart. So I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm talking about to somebody who is a disillusioned Dolphins fan. You're saying things about that dream of, hey, look what Tua's doing without this person, behind this person, with this bad offensive line. Think if we got all of these pieces together. The thing about the Dolphins is you never have all those pieces together, ever, ever. Tell me when those pieces ever came together, Rod, in your lifetime, bro. How long has it been, bro?
I mean, it was before my lifetime when they were together, man. Honestly, it was before my lifetime.
Literally, that's where my pushback comes from, is because sometimes it's just not in the cards, bro. Like we're on. This is because he's only played literally 16 games. He's literally played a full season of football, right? And so he doesn't get and nobody gives him the benefit of that. Like he literally played a rookie season. He just played a rookie season, coming off of a catastrophic injury, right? There's a lot to say. Okay, based off of the circumstances, and look what he's doing now. Wait till he really gets everything under his belt. The problem is that. Is the situation ever going to come to fruition? I don't know. And based off of your history, I'm going to say no. I have to, bro, because y'all the Dolphins. Y'all find a way to just hire niggas that can't block and get broken wide receivers, bro. That's all you do, bro. Y'all been doing it for years, dog.
You know what, man? You may be right, Herb, but I haven't felt this level of optimism in a long time. And I will say this: despite how good we're doing, I'm actually down on the coaching staff, dog, because I'm thinking to myself, the talent's there. The talent is there. So what happened the first 8 games? It had to be coaching, right? And Jacobi Brissett was a big part, but you can't blame it all on him, dog. You know what I'm saying? There's 22 niggas.
I don't know, man. He was pretty fucking bad.
No, Jacobi Brissett. You know what kills me with Jacobi Brissett, dog, is that if you look at his ratings, I have to figure out Pro Football Focus's grading system because he was rated as one of our better offensive players all year, and I don't know what they're watching when they see that, dog. Like they have to have a strict grading system that they adhere to no matter what. And he must, bro. He's the student in class that just knows how to skate through with these niggas, bro. Because that nigga's bad, dog. Like Jacobi Brissett is a very, very bad quarterback, and he makes your eyes bleed when you watch him. And I hope to God that our offensive line can play just moderately good enough to not get our quarterback hurt at least. If Tua has some bad games, listen, every quarterback has bad games, Herb. You got plenty of quarterbacks that are going to let people know have bad games. So I expect those to happen, especially with young guys. Just don't get the nigga killed, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why our season's in the dump the way it is.
I mean, shit, you know what? Since we're on the topic of bad quarterbacks, man, let me just go ahead and get with it, bro. This week, this is going to be This is a first, bro. I've said that before. This is monumental. This never happened before. I've never seen anything quite like this, to quote Skip Bayless. But I truly have never seen anything like this. This has never happened in the history of You're the Worst, bro. It was such bad quarterback play as a collective whole this past Sunday that I'm not even ranking nobody this week, bro. There's no ranking today, dog. It's just I'm throwing names out there at this point, bro. I have too many people that need to be highlighted, bro. There's no honorable mentions, bro. You don't beat Ryan Tannehill and throw for 93 passing yards and complete only 11 passes and be an honorable mention, bro. Fuck no, bro. No way, bro. Ben Roethlisberger, dog. Done. Toasted, nigga. Ben Roethlisberger only gets his points in garbage time now, bro. You see his stat line, yeah, because they were down 41-10, but they didn't care. They put their third stringers in, dog. Bro, what am I supposed to do with Zach Wilson and Tyrod Taylor, bro? Zach Wilson won a game when he only had 145 passing yards, didn't throw a touchdown, and he literally threw a pick off the back of his running back's back, bro. He finds new ways to throw picks, bro. It's he's Ryan Fitzpatrick on the finest steroids ever created, bro. He invents picks, bro. I've never seen anything like this, dog. In some way, he's a pioneer. In some way, Tyrod Taylor, bro, found a way to fucking lose to that, bro. I don't even know what to do with bro. What am I supposed to do with nigga like Jalen Hurts, bro? When I had the bad quarterback-a-thon, bro. Daniel Jones is so washed, and he's not even in the prime of his career, bro. How you get washed before you're the prime of your career, bro? That's an oxymoron, dog. Daniel Jones almost lost the game where he got 3 picks from his opponent, dog, and still only put up 13 points, bro. Daniel Jones, get this nigga out of here, bro. Jalen Hurts, come back down to reality, bro. You averaged 4.2 yards per attempt, my nigga. Those are running back stats, bro. Like, terrible. 100, bro, this nigga had a running back stat line, bro. 129 yards, 4.2 yards. Like, get out of here, bro. Like, I don't know how this happened, bro. This is truly the worst week of quarterback play of all time, bro. But it ultimately culminated in one of the worst quarterback head-to-head matchups of all time on Sunday Night Football, bro, where I had to pick 2 quarterbacks from the same game again. Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, a combined 2 touchdowns and 4 picks, bro. Jesus fucking Christ, dog. I don't even know what to say with this, bro. And lastly, bro, the person that I got to highlight, man, Cam Newton, man. I'm sorry, man. Like, fuck, man. It's giving me a headache just talking about some of these games, dog. Like, this is not professional football that a lot of these dudes were playing this past Sunday, bro. This is some shit you see in the XFL, dog. Like,
it was bad. Nah, there was some horrific quarterback performances, dog. Like the type of shit you gotta shield your baby's eyes from.
This nigga Cam Newton, bro. Bro, Cam Newton and PJ Walker combined only completed 10 passes, bro. What? What?
And they managed 3 picks out of 30 attempts, dog. That's fucking incredible, man.
Dog, I want the people to understand what is going on right now, bro. This nigga Cam Newton had a 5.8 passer rating, bro. That's impossible. That's impossible. That's impossible. That is impossible.
Bro, I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback's passer rating equal the amount of completions he had.
That is impossible. Bro, passer rating is such a quarterback-friendly stat. It's almost impossible to have a 5.8 passer rating, bro. This man went 5 for 21. Only completed 92 yards, and mind you, 64 out of that 92 came on 1 play and found a way to throw 2 picks, bro. This nigga almost had a lower QBR. I mean, he almost had a higher QBR than passer rating, bro. That's impossible. And then PJ Walker came and just shut that nigga down, bro, with a whopping 1.7 QBR, bro.
nigga had a 1.7
I've never seen anything like this.
That's the worst QBR I've ever heard.
That's the worst I've ever heard, bro. This is the worst display of quarterbacking ever. I don't care what you bring. You could bring me some shit from the fucking 1800s, nigga. You could bring me some shit from Otto Graham days, bro. I don't care when niggas had leather fucking footballs on their head with one strap, bro. There's never, ever been quarterback play worse than this. Than what Cam Newton and BJ Walker put on display. I'm not even going to give it the slogan. I'm not even going to call this the You're the Worst, bro. I don't even care, bro. I'm just done with the segment, bro. I'm just putting this entire week of bad quarterback to end, bro. And we're going to close the show like that, bro, because good God, that was a disaster. Oh, my eyeballs, Rod. My fucking eyeballs. Like, these are not stats, bro. They're not stats. There's no way, bro. But, man, let's go ahead and close the show, man. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
You already know, my boy. I had a always a good time on the pod with you. I do want to say, I'm not going to go into it all. I did have a list for bad dope of the week, but I'm just going to run through it. I'm not even going to go through
stats. Oh, yeah, fuck it. Go for it, man. Go for it. Forgot about that.
Honorable mentions, bro. And like you, this was a record-setting week, man. It was some, listen, between the Saints, between the Titans, between the Steelers, the Eagles, the Texans, the Browns, they were all honorable mentions, man. But the Carolina Panthers, boy, they were a different level of bad, dog. The fact that they got 10 points, I watched the game. I don't know how they got 10 points, dog. Should have been a goose egg, man, if you ask me. But, yeah, man, the Carolina Panthers with the bad dope of the week, man, for sure.
Yeah. Of course they were. They're the bad dope of the year because they cut their quarterback, got a replacement for their quarterback, replaced the replacement for the quarterback, and then replaced the replacement for the replacement with the guy that they wanted to replace in the first place, and they replaced him in the second game that he came back, bro. That's impossible. That is the worst general manager job in the history of football. I want people to listen to what I'm saying again. They cut Cam Newton. They replaced Cam Newton with Teddy Bridgewater. Decided Teddy Bridgewater was not good enough. Replaced him with Sam Darnold. And decided that Sam Darnold was not good enough. And replaced Sam Darnold with the nigga that they replaced to begin with, bro. They could have avoided all of this, not kept all their draft picks, kept a bunch of money, and then ended up benching the nigga the 2 games into the experiment, bro. They were right to cut Cam Newton, but they were so bad at what they did after they cut Cam Newton that they had to bench the nigga. Get him back. They had to get him back just to bench him again. Impossible. Impossible. SNL couldn't write that, bro. Dave Chappelle couldn't write that, bro.
That shit is a comedy and a tragedy.
That is an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, bro. Oh my fucking God. All right, man. All right, man. We will trash the NFL a week from now, man. See y'all again, bro.
Deuce.